Hi, I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, the head coach for JobSearchCoachingHQ.com. And there's a question I received that I thought, frankly, was hysterical. Let me just go through it with you. If you had a really bad interview with a recruiter, should you tell anyone at the company? Her first question was, how are you on driving distance? I live less than 10 miles away. It went downhill from there. They were so disrespectful. Should I address this with someone in the company? I don't know that it will do any good, or that the good to them won't outweigh the harm to me. Any thoughts? I'll simply say, what was your part in this? Now, these days, a lot of people send resumes that have name and phone number on it, email address, no physical address on it. The question was a reasonable question. She may not have had the resume in front of her, and I don't know if you did this by phone or in person. I'm going to assume by phone. And your part in this could have been you didn't have your address there. She didn't know where you lived. And thus she's trying to verify that you don't live 4 hours away or in some city where you're going to want relocation that they're not willing to pay for. It is a reasonable question, and your part of it was not providing that information proactively. It went downhill from there. Why? What did you say that was so rude or ridiculous that prompted her to react to you? Now, I don't think she should have reacted, but the notion of calling up a firm and saying, I want to tell you about what your corporate recruiter did is ridiculous. It's like the exit interview at a corporation where people think that if they go out guns blazing, everyone is crazy at this department. My boss is an imbecile. Let me tell you about this imbecile. Well, you're leaving and they're staying, and they obviously have kept this person because they believe he or she is competent. So you accomplish nothing in an exit interview doing that, and you accomplish nothing other than to make yourself seem like a lunatic by commenting about the corporate recruiter. Now, I want to be clear. If we're talking about a case of harassment, you, by all means, you go in there and you tell them that you got sexually harassed, and you consult an attorney, you talk with them, and you make it absolutely clear, you don't want anyone else to go through an experience like this. And I had this with someone I represented years ago, and I took it to the chairman of that organization. It was a mid-sized American corporation, and he politely asked me if the victim would speak with him, and she was willing to do it. And I said, I'm not going to identify who they are. It's up to them. But I just want you to be aware of what I was told, because she seems, normal. And, person was fired, and deservedly so. And that's the exception to this. In normal circumstances that you're describing here, you don't care that she asked you, you care for the fact that she asked you a question about driving distance. And it was a reasonable question. You want to know whether you should tell on her, which is really what it comes down to, is what are you going to tell on her about? That she asked you about how far you were going to drive and it went downhill. I don't know what downhill from there is. She may have asked tough questions based upon criteria that they're looking for. Her job is to evaluate and assess people for their suitability for the firm, for the job, and that involves qualifications, and it's a legitimate question to ask about driving distance if you're going to be, I once did a super commute of 2 hours plus to my office in New York. It was tough on me, but I was prepared to do it. And for many people, they say, oh, sure, no problem. And then latenesses start to occur. There are problems that come up. It snows and they can't get in, on and on and on. And I'll simply say, for you as a job hunter, put this in the rear view and learn from it. Again, what was your part in this scenario that caused her to need to ask that question? And Forget about it. On to the next thing. Hope you found this helpful. My website, jobsearchcoachinghq.com, is a site where you can privately ask me questions about job hunting and receive great advice. And there's terrific content that you can watch, listen to, or read to help you find work more quickly. There are articles that I've written. All of my books and guides to job hunting are there. Quite a few of my podcasts. Come to jobsearchcoachinghq.com, join, and I hope to see you there. Have a great day.